Alright, so, a while ago, so long ago because,
And it's in
family
Middleton.
obligations were a thing. But, you were given during the last session a bit of territory to claim and have as your own for your own personal use in hunting grounds.
Right, we did.
Little bit of insight into that territory. Having that territory comes with its pros and probably more cons than pros.
It's fine.
It's, Camarilla, Sabbat, if they're both, in the upper echelons of ranking, they're still going to be assholes. There's just no getting around that. However,
The
during
vampires are
your
dicks.
walk around the town and a little bit of exploration, you encountered a tail that was being followed by another tail. There was a
Oh my god.
bit of a dramatic explosion, a brief confrontation, I would say. Nothing escalated in a motel area, but it ended with no unnecessary amounts of violence, thankfully, because
Nox wasn't there.
Nox was not there. And I believe that Dion was preoccupied on like phone or something.
As I recall, he was like standing off to the side watching Izzy, Nox, whatever you want to call them, go to the Inquisitors we saw. just waiting to see what was going to happen.
I'm watching.
Okay.
I'm observing. If it was possible to just casually summon a glass of wine, he would.
You are surrounded by glasses of wine. It's just frowned upon to do it out in the open.
You know what? That's my next goal. He's just gonna carry somewhere on him a glass and a bottle of wine just for the dramatics of it.
Unnecessarily extra.
Okay,
But
is he gonna carry it, or is Esme gonna have to carry it?
No, the thing is, he's gonna hide it on his person in such a way that it's subtle. It's fine. He'll get
a small bottle.
He'll get a small bottle, or he'll fill a flask with wine and just fill a goblet at
fill
random.
a flask with that is the most
You can
unhinged
get wine
shit
juice
ever.
boxes.
Yeah.
Wine juice boxes.
Oh my god, we're back on
seems
this.
That seems the right aesthetic.
Unfortunately, I
I'm
can't.
going with the flask option. I'm going with the flask
Come
option.
on,
I have to have some dignity.
The wine juice box.
I have to have some
Really?
dignity.
You're
Really?
Sabbat, really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Florida
because
boy needs some dignity.
he's also convinced he's a god. He needs dignity somewhere.
That doesn't stop his fashion choices.
He lives in Florida. What do you want from him?
Better.
Effort.
Anyway.
He lives in Florida and he was 19 in the year 2000. His fashion is gonna be something.
Fine.
Gross. But yes, well, that whole confrontation between, Esme and, Willow had occurred, outside to the exterior. Izzy, you are approaching these two potentially Inquisition members. They do not
Yes.
appear to be, really armed with any sort of, at least not that you can see based upon how they're dressed. They don't seem to have anything that is concealed on them as far as weaponry goes or anything of the like. The most notable feature that they have on them is smartphones.
Okay. Question: How populate? Two questions. How populated is the street and the surrounding area? An easy view of me with pedestrians, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, because this is Florida, so there's got to be a lot of people coming to just look at a fucking explosion that happened
Yeah,
eventually.
there's a small crowd that's growing, and it's likely to maybe increase in size by another 50%, because as we know, with any form of accident like this, people have no self-respect and just observe anyways.
Yeah.
That
Speaking of,
is the human
I will
nature.
fade and I will fade into that crowd. Just full on Assassin's Creed moment. Just
Nice.
use
It's
them
a
to blend
full-on
in.
Assassin's Creed moment. They'd all be dead. But anyways,
Uh,
I haven't gotten to
uh,
that part yet. No
and
spoilers.
is this in our territory or just outside of it? I don't remember.
this is technically in your territory.
Okay. And where these two are, they're next door to this motel. What's like right? They're in like the parking lot next door.
Yeah, they're in the parking lot. If you were to look a little ways, just a little bit down the block, there's like a small church there. So,
Right. We're in the parking lot of a church.
well, you're next
Excellent.
to one, but
Well, yeah.
Perched next to a motel, very Floridian.
Right. Right. Excellent. So, I'm stalking up to them. No subtlety at all.
they are. One of them is preoccupied. A shorter, kind of shortcut hair Latino woman is the one who is a little bit more observant. As she kind of smacks her partner off to the side as he stops looking at his phone, whatever he was doing, and notices you approach, and they
Okay.
kind of stand. I wouldn't say tensely, but I would say at attention would be the best way to describe it.
Okay. Which one should I? I'll go with the woman. I'll look her in the eyes and go, let's talk inside.
Okay.
And motion towards the church. Do they start moving? Or.
Yeah, we'll start moving.
Good, I don't have to dominate yet. I will follow them, and as they do, I'm going to activate Vicissitude. Just in preparation here. So that is a Resolve and Protean check. Hold, please. That is a Rouse check, I believe, as well. It is. That is a fail. I am at 1 hunger. My hubris has come to bite me. I'm going to spend a point of willpower, so I have more than one success on this, hopefully. That's more like it. I'll take the 3. That's all I need anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so my fingers are elongating and sharpening a little bit.
Okay.
And I am putting an additional point into strength.
Alright.
Because that is what I'm going to be using to murder these people with later. And I will follow them into the church.
Okay.
And hope there's
Gonna
fewer
murder
people in
the
there.
church.
Quite possibly. Quite probably, yeah.
Well, luckily, this is happening during the later evening, so you can only imagine that there's not a huge crowd within there. It's definitely early enough to where there's still some people that kind of live and work there to be attending. However, it is late enough to where any of those evening services have long since died down.
Excellent. As soon as we're out of sight of anyone else, I'm going to grab one of them by the neck. I don't care which one, with my claws, and shove them against the wall, and threaten the other one with my claws as well.
It would probably be the man, just because
That's fine.
he doesn't have as much awareness and is, looking at his statue, kind of an idiot.
Good.
The other one is, she's at least a little bit reactive, kind of that. Almost the best way to constitute her reaction time is close to that of a fighter pilot's. Is very quick.
Okay.
But not quick enough for the sudden surprise here. So grabbing one and basically having your claws pointed to the other, it's kind of in that tense situation where it's just
Okay.
kind of a standoff here now.
look her in the eye and just say sit, and I will compel.
Okay.
So that is, I just clicked away from it because I'm an idiot. Charisma and Dominate versus Intelligence and Resolve. I assume she's ready for it.
Mm-hmm. She is.
Okay. I forgot to mark that spent willpower. Excellent. That is 4 successes on my end.
Okay.
And that is not a rouse check. Excellent.
That is 4 on hers.
Active Kindred, I believe, as I recall. Or active character.
Yes.
Excellent. So there's a quick compel. As soon as she follows the command, she has her own faculties.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, tell me what you know about that. I will tighten my grip on her companion.
Oh, the explosion outwards. Well, I could tell you that it is not our doing. It is something that has grabbed our attention, though.
Mm-hmm. Now, remind me, because this was a couple of weeks ago, we heard them saying that they beat them to it, right?
Yes.
Something along those lines? Okay. Okay. It's like, yes, who was the target? Why? Squeeze his neck a little more.
She kind of looks to her partner a little bit. The look in her eye isn't concern or worry or even, like, empathy for the situation. There's an immediate facial drop of a slight bit of fear and in the predicament she's in to where the face just hardens and it has switched to pragmatism.
Good.
Local baron.
He was in the car?
Well, I imagine he's in many places out of the car now.
Why him? Why him in particular?
This baron reports within the Ventru portion of Miami. As you know, the Ventru have a vested interest in a lot of control in many cities.
Who beat you to it?
I would love to know.
I'm gonna insight check that one.
Okay.
Wits? Right? Or am I misremembering?
Let me look really quick. Yeah, I would say wits insight here.
Messy critical for 5.
Messy critical, okay. Your night of just going around the town has been a little bit interrupted and it's a little annoying to it's a tiny bit inconvenient to where by slight reaction alone you didn't even really realize you've done it, but there is one of your claws has elongated even further and is pressing about, I would say, maybe a millimeter or 2 into her neck, to where she
Excellent.
kind of just freezes a little bit. But there is the slight startled facial expression, that emotional response of fear, but it then again switches back to that pragmatism and also an acceptance of fate too. I truly don't know. She, to your best knowledge here, doesn't seem like she's lying.
Okay. And exactly who are you two?
Well, I'm assuming that you have a fairly decent assumption, given that we're...
Mhm. Who do you report to?
I report to a lot of people.
Oh, you're gonna be fun. I'm going to look at the gentleman I have up against the wall, who's apparently been silent this entire time, probably for the best. Do you have anything to add?
He almost looks towards his partner, that, like, as if it's like permission, like, can I say anything or should I?
Mm-hmm. Oh, this poor rookie.
The look that she gives back is pretty much a death glare, which is a challenge in itself. Is you can speak if you want, but please, I dare you, do it.
So you're remaining silent then. Very well. I will look at the woman, and I'm going to go ahead and use Mesmerize
Okay.
as I pull up that. So that's Intelligence Resolve again for her. And this time I'm going to Blood Surge because I want to make sure this works. Another fail on my rouse check. Excellent. I'm getting hungry. I'm at 2. Let's see.
It can only get
That's-
worse from here.
It's fine. I was full. It's fine. Okay, so, and then 2 more. My command is stay quiet and follow me. Dice. 5 successes.
Okay. Yeah, no, there wasn't really much of a realistic way of her being able to resist that, unfortunately for her.
Okay, and I believe until the command is carried out or the scene ends, whichever comes first. Perfect. I'm gonna drain this this poor trainee down dry as quickly as I can.
Okay.
So I'm gonna remove my 2 hunger there. Come on. Afterwards, I'm going to dump his body in whatever broom cupboard I can find nearby.
Well,
Or
there's...
any little alcove. It really doesn't matter. As long as it's not out in the middle of the floor. I really don't care.
I mean, there's a sacristy room.
Ow!
Oh, yes. Yes, let's do that. Yeah, I'll shove him in there. Then I will take her hand and lead her out.
Okay.
And try to find Dion in the crowd. And then,
Oh, the moment I see if they're out and about, I'll if I see them come out, you know what? Even though it's a free thing, so might as well try it. I'm gonna try to use awe just to tell people to clear out. It seems a bad idea to be around here.
Okay. Most people will just start dispersing, only because most people are here because the people on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Ooh,
people
fire.
like that have nothing better to do except be a nuisance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, quite literally, like moths to a flame.
Yeah. I see Izzy's got our target, and I'm just.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Meeting your eyes, Dion, I will glance over to a nearby alleyway where we'll be a little more out of sight and start heading that way with my new friend.
Okay.
Okay, because I have an idea, but we might need another Inquisition member for it. But we can get some info out of them.
Oh, I plan to have so much fun with this one.
Mm-hmm. Because, I have a very handy thing that would be really fun with an Inquisition member.
Hmm?
It is an ability that is going to be maybe a little challenging to get off, but Submerge Directive with an Inquisition member would be a
that
lot
would
of
be
fun.
fun. That would be fun. Well, we'll have a conversation about that later.
Oh yeah. But we'll probably need another one, so we'll look for one.
So my intent is when we get to a nearby alley, a little out of the way, I'm gonna see if you wouldn't mind collecting the other two and bringing my car around, because I don't really feel like dragging this one 10 blocks that way.
Are you letting me drive your car? That seems...
I can get another. If you want to drive it, you can. I just need it here.
Keys, please.
If you can help it, don't wreck it. Please.
Alright.
Alright.
Hit a couple curves.
So I have an
Please tell me you're gonna make him roll for it.
question for you,
Please.
Izzy. I need to know this specific question. Automatic, manual.
Automatic.
Okay.
Gotta go find the other two.
Listen, I didn't put points into drive for it to just be anyone can do it.
I know.
Alright, the
So-
other two, are you in the car when you retrieve them?
No, I'm gonna go find the other two, but I just needed the keys.
Well, you know where the other two are, so you can usually get to them. And actually, right around this, the conversation would have concluded a couple minutes ago.
Also, I'm gonna keep my eye out for any other casual observers or individuals
Mm-hmm.
in the space. Because you know what? I'm a little hungry too. Might need to pick up a snack. Fine.
Okay. With that being the case, Dion is able to find Esme and Willow after their peculiar interaction.
Dion, without warning or even saying anything, just tosses Esme the key.
Oh,
He knows his
I'll
strength.
catch him.
I
I'll
was
catch
gonna
him.
say, like, Willow is gonna insist on the keys, if not Esme grabbing them. So.
Because did we take two different cars? Like, what was the situation, or did we just
Yeah,
walk
Willow has
Like-
his own car, but
for
I think
going
we were
downtown?
all in the same car for this particular.
Yes, I believe.
No, because your
I don't
guys'
think so.
haven is like a half block out of our territory.
Well,
so we just
because
walk.
we. Yes.
Yeah,
so
so
I
it
think
was
you
two.
guys drove to our haven,
Yeah,
and then we all
Separately,
just went
I
walking
believe.
around.
and I forgot to note
So I
down
don't
what
know
kind
if-
of car I had. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if we have a car right now.
you had a Corvette or something.
No,
yeah,
I
it
know
was
I
some
have.
kind of
Yeah,
Corvette.
I meant like if we drove, but
Mhm.
nah.
But yeah, cool. Esme's driving.
Yeah, so as Esme catches the keys, it's like, oh, okay. And Esme's other hand, she's got like a laptop that they got from the guy,
Mhm.
because she didn't carry a bag.
No,
Bags for fashion? No.
we're going to go meet Izzy, who has found a nice friend for us to play with.
Oh, another.
Yeah. But on our way to the car or picking them up, if we see a little just food to go, I need some.
Oh,
Has
of course,
like
darling.
3 seats max.
Oh no, my car's a 2-seater.
Oh god.
So much worse.
So we're already crammed in.
So. Then how did we get here?
We
You
walked. You're
You
in
walked.
Haven. I'm pretty sure
So-
Willow took their own car.
I mean, I'm the speedy one. I do have a bunch of like fleetness and shit. I could just go back.
No, Willow, so we drove to your haven.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then
I mean,
we walk
yeah.
out of your haven into this territory. You're already in the
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah, or
Yes.
just outside of it, one of the two.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, okay.
So once we get back anyways, Willow could grab his truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll
Then we'll just-
all balance out. Someone is driving us somewhere.
Yep. Easy enough
I've decided. It's a 1965 Chevy Stingray.
Fantastic.
My Alessandra also had a fancy-ass old car, and it had to be old because it didn't have a bunch of smart tech in it that would malfunction.
Let me just, let me.
What was it called? The Stingray?
I'm getting you an image.
Well, I'm looking. Ah,
Barry made me drive every time, just rolled to every time I had to start up the car.
Beautiful.
Oh dear.
it's because you would destroy the car.
Alright. But you were able to meet up with Izzy in
Nice.
whatever location that is deemed appropriate. With one of the living in tow.
I am
The other in a church.
very, very stupid. Just now realizing something. Oh, I forgot that I have blood potency 2, and I have not been adding the extra die to my discipline powers.
Hey, you know what?
I did that for a while with Solomon.
Oops.
It's the same thing with the strength and dexterity with the Falcata.
Yeah. You know what? Oh well. I know now. It's only session 3. It's fine.
Could you just add the dot onto the...
You could, but you don't have an additional dot. You have an additional die.
Yeah.
Yes, but...
What do you?
If you have another dot, you get another power. He just gets a bonus die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
So what it means is like, because I was looking up because I couldn't remember how much a blood surge gets for blood potency, so I was looking up blood potency real quick, and I was like, oh, I haven't been doing my discipline shit. Oops.
Oopsies.
So anyway, we reconvene. Like,
Yes.
I'm going to take this one back to my chambers. You're all welcome to join. I will be.
Do you think you have a way of getting another companion of theirs we could find? Like
I'm
a
sure
location?
I'm sure once we're done talking to this one, just kind of run my finger along their jaw and chin. I'm sure we can work that out.
Despite being compelled and despite human instinct being a thing, she actually doesn't flinch.
Impressive. Oh, I like you. Come meet us at the zoo, and I'll drive off.
I'll look to Willow and kind of wave the laptop.
Yeah.
Wait, did you go with him in the car?
There's no room.
No.
Damn. I might need to put the person in the trunk.
I could have, but
We
That's
can
what it's
take
for.
His car, his truck. If you two don't have a car.
Well, I mean, if we probably reconvened back at our haven. But
yeah. I can go over the laptop and then maybe head over.
Yeah. I'm probably going to delve a bit more into the laptop again, just to make sure we've caught everything.
All right.
And I'll look to Dion. We did meet our own friend, for the night.
Useful or not?
Well,
I guess we'll see what's on the laptop.
because we looked through the emails on the laptop, and it looked like they were scouting the area for the Inquisition, right? or something like that.
Scouting.
Like they had contact with the Inquisition.
They had contact with the Inquisition, but most notably, it wasn't the area. It was the greater. It was major cities within the U.S. Major cathedral locations and such, and the way their email was set up, it was just kind of a anonymous set. So any like inbox that any of those like cathedrals or churches or whoever the recipients were just gonna get anonymous emails. They weren't going to get any names or anything like that.
Okay, cool. So I'll relay that. But I'm sure we could probably pull at least a few more details from there. Didn't we also get his gun?
Yeah.
Cool. So another gun, fun. Did you want the gun? I'm asking Willow. Huh?
I thought he already had it.
I was just trying to see if you were going to keep it.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna keep it.
Cool.
For sure, yeah.
You
But we can still go through the
G17 now.
a G7. Okay, thank
Some
you.
food.
We can still go over the laptop. You know, you can like. Sometimes people don't turn off like the location tagging on pictures and stuff like that. Could be useful.
And his friend Camarilla.
Or
Yes.
Rachel knows that. I don't think Willow would actually know that. Never mind.
Camarilla. Did we get the sense that they were Camarilla or just because they were kindred?
They were kindred, but probably not Camarilla. Just by the way they were operating, it seems like they're more rogue in operation. They're not even. They didn't even have the vibe of Anarch either.
Freelancer.
Just like completely like lone wolf, secular. Just
kind of, yeah.
Single.
That fits the Banu Hakim.
Yeah, the
Ashira, maybe?
We really do need to figure out
Yeah.
what eyes the Camarilla has in that little neutral space, but other targets are optimal as well.
Is this why them in particular, and why is the thing so public? Unless this is their thing.
So he promised not to disturb our territory, as he is now informed that it is in fact our territory and not just no man's land.
Yes,
but
because we know collectively that the target was Cam. Okay. Yes, but the fact that they've either them or someone they know has targeted the Camarilla means the Camarilla is going to turn their eyes on this territory, and that's the concern. Plus, Izzy may have very directly antagonized the Inquisition, who will turn their eyes on this particular territory. So we've got a bit of a problem unless the Camarilla, the Inquisition, and our mysterious third party start fighting amongst themselves.
They'll just eat each other, and we won't have to worry about it.
That's the hope, but we are only 4 and our loose selection of allies elsewhere. So we need to hope they eat each other.
But we should probably come up with some contingencies.
Exactly. And you two definitely know more about technology than I, so I'll leave the laptop to you.
Of course. Go get yourself something to eat.
Not really.
Oh, I'm sure we could put our heads together.
Let me look. No, I don't know anything. But yeah, I can read though. I can look at.
I can read.
Believe it or not.
Literacy might help, yes.
I can look through the emails, what I'm saying.
No, I have 0 in technology as well.
Yeah. Willow is the kind of guy who's like, Game Boys were the last system I played on.
Question: does
Could I do
Dion have any dots in
investigation?
technology?
Does anyone?
Because if Dion doesn't, then none of us have any dots in tech.
I do not.
Yes! Awesome!
I'm so happy that we figured
I
out
think-
this group's weakness.
I think I've
could
got
I do
I've got a couple goals with
investigation?
a dot.
I've got a dot investigation.
Dion is like very hype over smartphones as an existence, but like stopped giving a shit about computers around the time he was turned.
Fair.
So I think Willow, what he's gonna do is he's gonna like mass forward all the emails. Who just did a heart? Cute.
Forgot that was a thing. Thank you for the reminder.
He's just gonna mass forward the emails to his own inbox, and then he's gonna start like making a note of like locations that they're at, any like pseudo church names or whatever, just to see if they have them on hand without the laptop. It's not a croissant. Come on.
That was a croissant. Oh, it's too much fun.
Alright, with mass forwarding, okay, why don't you, that actually is a good way of looking for things, so you could maybe, yeah, I would say intelligence investigation here would be a good,
You can tell every time I open up my character sheet.
I can,
Same. Same.
because I can
It's bright.
see, all the lights all the way to Ministry of being lit.
Yeah. Same. Oh, that's
You said intelligence and investigation?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I got 2 successes.
Okay, that does That is, in fact, enough. Going off of locations and stuff, there are obviously certain locations, but given the dates of how some things are, some of them you can immediately go, yeah, this probably isn't relevant, because it's over a year old or more. There is a particular thing that is a recent email that would have come in, and because you forwarded it, it's kind of this inbox forward, but you're able to see that a flight was purchased, actually, for like 2 or 3 days from now. To a place that is known for a lot of technological projects and innovation, which is Dubai.
Thought you were about to say Silicon Valley.
That's too obvious, no.
Are there names attached to that?
Yes, I had to think about that for a second, figure out if they thought about that a little bit, but no. The name itself is a first initial, which is an A, and then dot, and then you have Beckett following it.
Okay. Yeah, he'll make a note of that too. And then kind of like save the rest to look over later. These like cities that the churches are out of, do they line up with the map in that person's basement?
Yeah, pretty consistently, actually.
Cool. Remember the map that the lady who sent us on the first mission had? He was doing like the conspiracy theory,
So is he working with them, or are they just both looking at the same shit?
or they're preparing for the same thing. We don't know.
Ooh. Ooh.
He won't mention that, but I'm noting it. So,
So I won't add it to my notes.
no, you can add it to your notes. Just notes meta knowledge.
No, I won't remember its meta knowledge if I add it to my notes.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that you'll notice is a lot of the locations that have been looked up with certain cathedral areas, some of them seem kind of major, others like a little less so, but where their locations are at have, being kindred, you have a little understanding. Certain locations are just notable headquarters for Camarilla or Anarchs, and they're notable spaces where they're close enough and no side in any of the wider except a little bit in New York and a lot in Los Angeles have gone nuts, but other than that, it's kind of been this slowly building powder keg, and it will only take maybe one more event or two, and it'll just explode everywhere, and it will have a catastrophic chain link effect.
I think then you probably would kind of mention it. Be like, "Hey, Dion, you recognize some similarities between these places here?"
Just out of, I don't think I get any extra information than they do, right?
Not
Just
really, no.
okay.
No,
You
I
know,
lost the
different.
dice.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Just making sure there's not some weirdness from our different experiences.
I think if we, what was that lady's name that she gave us, anyways? Oh wait, we never got it.
No, you did get it. I just gotta find it.
The interesting thing in such
Who is vacuuming at 10:30 at night?
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
god.
That's not a vacuum. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh!
Okay.
In such a situation where there are such overlaps, I think we should look at the differences.
Dr. Hope Riley.
Oh, Riley.
Doctor.
Okay. I think that's not a bad idea, but what if they're planning something similar to each other?
They probably are, though I doubt they're working together, so I'm...
No, but what if there is actually something brewing?
Yes, but who is ahead of who in this scenario?
Maybe we should bring it to Izzy before we... I would like to maybe bring it to Hope, but...
Are there any prominent churches mentioned in these lists in the Miami area, like specifically? Just
Hold on one moment, because...
which is saying a lot, because Miami is actually an archdiocese, and that means like 3 or 4 counties in Florida rather than just Miami, which makes it a mess. But details.
Yeah, I just gotta look.
Semantics.
Forever, I think.
Catholics.
Now you'll find it in like 3 months, accidentally, and it'll be very obvious where it is once you find it.
It's a black dice, and they have a dark rug.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, the way dice work like that, you are going to find it one way or another.
Guess so.
You know?
Probably. Do you have carpeted floor, or is it hardwood, or something like that?
Both. I have like a rug.
Okay. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Hold on, I just gotta look really quick. A pretty notable one would be the Church of Saint Martha.
Church of Saint Martha. So that's going to be our closest prominent one. So it's a place to start at least. But yes, we should, like you said, we should probably take this to Izzy first. Just see what they managed to get out of our new guest, I suppose.
Is that one of the church's names I recognize?
Saint Martha.
It's a fairly recognizable church name, just because, like Blake said, it's part of the archdiocese, so it's not.
In the email.
Yeah, that one is mentioned.
Okay, yeah, that's a good place to start. I don't think we should do anything without including Izzy into the conversation.
Right, of
agreed.
course.
Church of... I'm trying to... Church of Saint... I'm sorry, I'm just looking up its location just to get our relative.
That being said, I do think I'll head back to the zoo. Hopefully the most gory of what has happened is already finished with.
I don't know. Izzy seems like the type to take his time.
Yeah, I know.
If I remember...
Either way, I guess convey that information maybe. It would still be worth holding onto this laptop. Might run into someone who's better at technology than we are and get more information out of it.
Of course. We can keep it here.
Cool.
Okay. Speaking of Izzy and their bullshit,
Hi.
I'm always so flattered when people say that about me. Yes, it's me. I'm the problem.
I've been enjoying it with Zit far too much,
Yeah.
to be honest. Anyway, yes. What Izzy would have done, dominating as necessary to get them to just, come along quietly, not make a fuss.
After the first one, pretty cooperative.
Good. I will take them to the zoo, and I will take them up to my workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a ground floor room. I'm trying to think of what like. It's almost like a storage room for like meat that hasn't been butchered yet.
Jesus Christ.
It's not particularly warm. There's a few drains along it. There's a lot of chains and meat hooks hanging around. And there is a nice sturdy steel chair in the middle. There's a surgical table with all kinds of tools off to the side. It's rather dusty. It hasn't been used in a while. Yeah, and Izzy is interrogating.
Points for creativity.
I had something pop into my head for the first thing they see when they get here. But no, I'm trying to figure out this person's name, who their immediate supervisor is, where they're based out of, any more information on their target that she didn't, divulge earlier.
Okay.
And where, like, how many Second Inquisition members that she knows are in the city, and whatnot, collecting useful information. And I am taking my time, and it is set to some nice string-heavy classical music.
Okay. The name she's willing to give up pretty easily, just because in her mindset, things are just gonna go a little bit smoother if she doesn't hold on to that till the end of time.
Mhm.
Which is Anicia Marcel.
I'm. Thank you very much. What was? I'm sorry. Would you mind typing out that name so I don't butcher the spelling like I know I will? And who is that exactly? And what do they do in this area? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, so, uh, so notably, she just is in charge of one of the smaller churches that kind of acts as a storehouse for certain Inquisition members. By design within Miami, no Second Inquisition cell knows how many members each has.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised about that.
They've learned from recent history.
Yeah. Where is this particular storehouse as well? I would be asking.
It is actually it's just underneath on the basement floor of the church itself.
The church we were just at?
Yep.
Or, okay. Yeah, that's good to know. I don't recall that church's name. Did you give it to us, or?
No, it's pretty
Oh, okay.
unrecognizable.
Of generic church, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty generic.
Okay.
So
I'm
what's
actually
the
trying to take
plan
notes.
after this? Because I assume that I can't just leave.
I'm going to pointedly ignore her question for now. How am I gonna go about this? Let me see. Sorry, 1 second. So let's see. How many others does she know of in like her cell? Like
It
names and
varies
numbers.
from people who show up and disappear, but I would say anywhere from just myself and another, or up to 12 to 16. Varying.
Her cell. Okay. Well, that's all my brain is wanting to think of at the moment. So, at this point, Izzy's going to start to have fun. And I'm not going to kill her, but I will be doing some Misi things. And I will explain what you all see when you arrive.
Boy, okay.
Also, was it easy enough for Dion over the course of this to grab a snack?
Yes, pretty easy enough.
Okay. Just making sure.
Again, Miami's just kind of like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'm assuming the three of them go back then, and Willow probably drives. Yeah. Cool. Should we wait for Leah?
We should probably wait for Leah.
Okay.
I will explain up to that point. You would know where my workshop is. It is where you met me earlier in the evening,
Mhm.
where Izzy spends most of their time. In the little common waiting room area, you will find Esmeralda, who's just kind of manning the desk with nothing really to do at the moment. Whenever you all arrive, she'll smile and say, they're expecting you, and just gesture to the door.
Sounds about right. The fact that you keep her at the desk is hilarious.
The desk that is empty, where there are no visitors ever, pretty much. There is the subtle sound of
No visitors that leave, anyways.
subtle tone music, dull blue light hues, and
Lo-fi playing in the background.
honestly, yeah. And you know what's really useful? Because it provides entertainment on what is considered off hours. Man, Nintendo has some nice stuff to keep yourself occupied.
I have the money, yeah. I gotta keep my ghouls entertained.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not that much of an asshole. I don't just stick them in a corner when I'm not using them.
Jesus.
I'm so proud.
Yeah, I'll go in if that's
Yeah.
where we're led.
I'm waiting for Leo to get
Neptune
back.
immediately joins
Mm-hmm.
Willow at the gate.
Oh, yes, and Neptune is allowed wherever the fuck Neptune wants to be.
Remind me what
Izzy
Neptune is again?
adores.
He's a bear cat.
That's right.
Yeah, Izzy adores Neptune.
Oh, good.
They're such a weird animal.
They are, it's great. You're back!
They're
Yay!
so
Hey,
weird.
at least I have like a reasonable excuse for him to have such a fucking weird familiar. Okay, like it makes
well, yeah,
sense.
they exist. They're strange. They look honestly a little dopey as shit, and they're surprisingly intelligent.
Yep.
Alright. Now, we were waiting for you to get back, because when you all are let into Izzy's workshop, you hear the soft tones of string-heavy classical music. This room, as I said earlier, is effectively a meat storage room. There's chains and meat hooks everywhere. It's cold. There's many drains on the floor. A lot of stains of old blood and whatever the hell else was in here. You see this Inquisition member chained up in a steel chair in the center of the room, one single light shining on them from above. Izzy stands in front of them, lightly swaying to the music back and forth as they circle her. Completely naked. No sex organs one way or the other. And currently 4 arms. You see that Izzy's stomach area has unfolded out to an additional 2 arms with surgical implements on the ends of the digits. And Izzy's been working. Welcome.
I think your maids have been slacking off in here.
Oh, it's fine.
That's
We'll hose it
the
down later.
rudest way to call. Wow. That was.
It was also just like Dion is just accepting what he's seeing and moving on.
That was mean.
I feel like they deserve it.
Willow's not surprised. I mean, like, he's probably seen this, right? Like,
If you've been in here while Izzy's working, that's up to you.
Maybe
probably
by
once
accident.
accidentally and then literally
Never
never again.
Well, except
well,
for right
here
now.
we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like, if he could get nauseous, he would be. You know, he's like probably doing what I've been doing to keep my hand from stop touching everything. It's just literally like,
Just covering the mouth.
yeah, okay. We've got some news for you. Can we?
Of course. Let me get dressed. You see the extra arms fold up and reform onto the stomach, and I rub the seal closed.
Oh,
Probably what they were doing earlier this evening when
Excellent. Okay.
walk over to a small little table and start putting their clothes back on.
He's literally gonna like make this gesture and then like just turn back to the threshold to like face outside until they're done.
I don't think Esme says anything. Just kind of watches, like with like really raised eyebrows, like.
Dion's like,
Again, no sex
Like-
organs, no nipples, nothing down
Yeah,
there.
no. Still, yeah.
Dion's like
Full Ken doll.
Yeah.
half a foot away from your Inquisition member, just like walking around, observing with his head tilted like an owl. He's just like, oh,
I'll put on the same clothes I was wearing while we were out, and just much better.
Dion, actually watching this Inquisition member, having seen like the bits of shall we say, this horrific tapestry of art,
mm-hmm.
something that you were not expecting to see is some of these scars and stuff that are there
Mm-hmm.
are closing. Musculature or tendons are reconnecting.
That's fascinating.
Is he?
Yes.
What's happening here?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna
We'll
point
take
it out.
I will take a good look and see if I can suss what the hell's going out.
Yeah, I'm also trying to suss
do you
what
want
out.
like a science biology roll or a medicine roll or something for this?
Let's do...
Hold.
I also Hold on. Let me see. Let me remember what role it is. 1 second, because I am dumb and can't remember what Scry the Soul is.
Aspects.
Yeah, I just can't remember what roles it involves. It's a rouse check, and it's intelligence and auspex. Yeah, okay. I'll do a rouse check for it real quick.
Alright.
Oh, also, I returned my other change back to normal, and I failed all 3 rouse checks, so I'm at 3 hunger right now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no.
I'm hungry.
Perfectly
Really?
balanced.
Really coaster going on.
Eh. I'm just gonna have to eat a lot tonight. This is fine. But okay,
Oh,
so
sorry, I did forget to
intelligence.
mention Alejandro's standing in the corner with a notepad and pen writing down everything she's been saying.
Okay, 2. Hold on. So there's my 2 hunger. Hold on. I can math. I know how to do this.
It's the rule of TTRPGs. Any simple math, out the window it goes.
Oh yeah, the moment. So 5 more, and then I get another one for discipline because of my blood potency. Cool. So okay, no.
This just makes me want to keep her even more now.
So we've got 3 successes on Scry the Soul.
Okay. Alright. So, what are the specifics of Scry the Soul again? Like,
Let me read it out. By focusing on a person, the vampire can perceive the state of that person's psyche as a shifting aura of colors or reveal little precise information, but do provide clues regarding many subjects, their emotional state, resonance, and supernatural traits.
okay. Pretty clearly, it's not that surprising that there is some supernatural traits being demonstrated here.
Mm-hmm.
The emotional states that you're getting out of this, despite everything that has happened, there is a lot of emotions that are being felt.
Mm-hmm.
Notably, fear is not one of them. As kind of in that form of unconsciousness, kind of slightly slumped over a little bit. Her eyes actually shoot open once again, gasping a little bit for breath, but quickly steadying herself to a normalcy.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. I forgot to. So it's on a because it is against their composure and subterfuge.
Mm-hmm.
And on a win, the storyteller truthfully answers a number of questions equal to the margin of the roll about the target's aura and psyche. So, the emotional state of the subject, the resonance in the subject's blood, and whether the subject is a vampire, werewolf, ghoul, or any other supernatural being.
Okay.
Whether the subject is under the influence of blood sorcery or other magic, whether the subject has committed diablerie, and that's not going to be important. Critical win allows. This
You
wasn't a
don't
critical
think
win.
that's going to
Yeah.
be important?
I don't think the diablerie will be important, but
Weirder things have happened.
True, but let me look really quick.
I only got 3 successes, so I'm not really thinking I'll get anything, but
That's about as far as you were gonna get, anyways. I did just do a roll just to see if there was anything else to add. But she is awake now, and is noticing someone entirely different in her face this time. What the hell is wrong with you?
Awake again. Excellent.
why do you assume something's wrong with me?
You're dressed like something out of 90s porn.
Well, I don't know how to take that, but I did grow up largely in the 90s.
That explains so much.
He just shrugs. Izzy, are you alright if I ask questions?
Oh, please do. I'm just going to take a look at this fascinating bit of biology. I'm going to be looking at the closing wounds and just kind of cutting open, watching it close, cutting open, watching it close.
She is wincing a little bit, clearly because she can still feel pain.
That's fine. I'm just trying to figure out why.
I don't suppose you're willing to tell us what you are. It wasn't one of my original questions, but
What was that, Rachel?
Does my bloodhound background tell me, are they kindred? Or are they not human, basically? I think it's just you can smell human resonance.
Yeah, they're not kindred, they're not human, and they don't classify as a ghoul, but they are something right in that slim little space.
Oh, okay. Cool. Seeing as this isn't, they're not walking out like they had hoped he's gonna kind of turn, literally with his eyes closed, kind of like pretending to be engaged in this, but not really ever wanting to look.
FOMO adjacent. Yeah, just a little bit of wincing every time Izzy does it. I can't I can't focus. Stop it.
Izzy, just for a moment, please.
Oh, fine.
You have all the time in the world to play with your new toy.
I don't like that phrasing, but I'll accept it because I don't think I have a choice.
You really don't.
Anyways, do you wish to share what you are, or should I just move on to other questions? I know that can be
If I could tell you, I probably wouldn't, but I don't know.
I'm gonna insight check that.
Yeah, I would also like to.
Yeah, go for it.
I forget what insight is. It's
It was Wit's insight a moment ago.
Yeah, this would be what's
Sure.
inside.
This is the new scene.
what is my
I'm not gonna
insight?
blood search this time. I'm too hungry already.
Okay.
No successes.
Right.
Amazing.
She's in a pretty strenuous situation. Pretty sure lying doesn't get her out of anything here, so
There. Right. Well, fair enough.
Would Willow know to guess Thin Blood?
yes, I think so. I believe so, and I think what might help you here is just the fact that probably an acute sense of like smell probably determines that.
Yeah. He's gonna take a couple of steps forward. Still like literally kind of like this.
Look at all of these people stepping into this room
I know.
with all the strings. It might as well be an orchestra.
Listen. Thin Blood.
I
Ooh.
Oh, fascinating.
can't.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yep. He's gonna turn right back around.
Working
That-
for the Second Inquisition.
Did that register at all in your mind, the meaning of that phrase?
What? Wait.
Thin blood, duskborn, any of them?
What?
Oh, poor
You
thing.
poor thing.
We can explain that after the interrogation.
Oh,
Anyways,
this is so nice.
first very important question. As far as who keeps you up to date, because I know you tend to all separate and keep yourselves in the dark for whatever reason, I suppose security or whatever, but you have to have a point of contact, so who is your point of contact at St. Martha's?
Oh, well. That could be a number of people. That could be the priest that's working there. That could be a bishop. That could be any volunteer worker. It all depends on who is taking point in responsibility at the time.
Who is your most frequent point of contact?
He said to someone that doesn't leave a general church. Well, one of the priests.
A father. Names help in these instances.
Yes, they do. The only problem is the one that I had in contact moved to a different church, as they do from time to time.
What was her name? That was one thing I meant to ask.
Oh,
The-
Joe wrote
this-
it down,
the-
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anicia Marcel, because you asked it. And
Oh, I thought that was the person.
No.
Never mind. I misunderstood. Never mind. We're good.
Then who did you last get in contact with at St. Martha's?
One moment. Nope, that's not the right NPC sheet. This one? Father Hewitt?
Father Hewitt. Remind me what day it is. It's Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
And what time is it?
About 9:55. No, just kidding.
How dare you?
A little before midnight.
See. And do you have any other names you can give me that you are aware of? St. Martha's or otherwise? Any other churches?
I am aware of a lot of names that I could give you, yes.
You know, it is only my respect for Izzy that is preventing me from getting a little more interesting with how I go about this.
Oh, as long as you don't kill her, you can have your fun. Gesture over to the disused surgical table.
I'll think about it. Last time I got a little careless, I shattered someone's jaw before they could actually answer questions, so...
I can fix that.
Can you fix broken ribs?
Oh, that's easy.
Just gonna put a finger to one of the ribs. So, we're gonna continue our questions and you're gonna answer honestly. Or I snap a rib for each question you answer with that nonsense again. And since you also heal on your own, that plus Izzy's work... I can break your ribs a lot.
The mouth gets really tense for a moment. And they look like they are experiencing an intense amount of pain. They kind of turn off to the side and it's gonna be really hard to get any sort of word out because the tongue is on the floor.
Oh, excellent. My other two arms immediately burst out, and I go to work repairing that tongue with flesh crafting.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Because I can do that. Just hold her down for me.
Alright.
Okay. We are going to do this in a set of rolls now.
Yep.
Because this is a test of fortitude and willpower here, on her part.
So the set rolls to resist flesh crafting is stamina and resolve.
Stamina, resolve, okay. Alright.
If that's what you're going with.
That's part of it, but there's also the other portion here. Okay.
I do need to make a rouse check.
All
I also failed the rouse check.
Oh no!
of you,
I might be killing this person tonight. Sorry, guys. We'll see.
for both Dion and Izzy, you can make a charisma intimidation or a charisma persuasion.
Charisma persuasion?
Does my coercion specialization factor into intimidation?
Or...
It's if not, I can use persuasion for the same dice pool. I'm just being curious.
No, it wouldn't apply here.
Okay. Persuasion it is.
Charisma persuasion.
Going to gently persuade you not to do that shit again.
Oh, need to
Pretty
grab
much.
the blood dust. There we go.
Alright.
Close around gently.
That is...
There goes another willpower. 4 successes.
Okay, sorry, I had to count out because I have a lot of charisma and a lot of persuasion.
I've got 3 of each.
I
Myself.
need to know how
4
many
of
dice.
each. Ooh, there is a critical success in there, but I don't know that counts for this scenario.
Critical successes are critical successes.
Okay, so oops, okay. Let me put my failures over here. So, remind me again because it's been a second since I've had a critical success. It's
If you have 2 pairs, then it's if you have if you have 2 tens, those are considered critical success.
yes, and that counts as how many other success? Like that counts
4.
as 4.
4.
Counts as 4 total.
So that's 6 successes.
Okay. Woman is ridiculously stubborn.
Jeez.
Because what Izzy has done, that's old news to her. She's not fazed by that anymore. It's a little because the success rate is even with Dion.
Ooh.
The answers that she will give are a lot of they are honest answers, but they're neutral answers, and they're not particularly helpful. As the two of you continue this impromptu interrogation, let me check right here. How focused are you two getting into this interrogation?
Decently focused.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty damn focused. This is what Izzy lives for.
Okay.
And this is,
Lives.
psychological. So Dion's about it.
Alright. With that being the case, Willow's least favorite, Izzy's favorite activity is happening. What are Esme and Willow doing in this instance? Because the other two have become very, very preoccupied.
Willow is probably gonna just step out and do his thing around the haven, actually, at this point.
Oh, I will before we get really into this ask Esme a favor.
Because Esme's just been standing there, kind of off to the side, watching, seeing if they need to step in.
Darling.
Yes.
Would you mind? I think you can find it through their website, possibly, but just in general, can you get me a full list of the clergy and deacons, priests, and bishop at St. Martha's?
Of course, that should be fairly simple.
As well as any of their lead volunteers and social.
Woo!
That's the beautiful thing about the information age. Even the Inquisition has to put their shit online.
You hear that, FBI agent that's listening to this? Anyways.
I was thinking it. I wasn't gonna say it, but glad you did.
Esme will go, of course, I'll get right on that.
Thank
you
you.
have fun. And Esme will probably walk out after Willow and actually start, pulling up information.
Okay.
Which, Izzy, do you happen to speak any other languages? Out of curiosity.
Not offhand, no.
Fair enough. This one won't be leaving for a while, I presume.
Oh, I don't intend for her to leave at all.
That's fair.
She's become quite difficult. We might be able to come to an understanding.
Fair enough. Well then, I'll just say I'll pull Izzy aside during this, just to limit the risk, just in case.
Okay.
Just in case. You know what a submerged directive is, yes?
I do.
So it would be very handy for me to get my hands on some other Inquisition members. But more than that, someone particularly influential but weak-willed. I have oh, how shall I phrase this? A bit of a gift I haven't used frequently where I can sort of slip into their position relatively easily.
Well, what do you need from her? You know what?
Names.
You know what? No. My gift to you, Dion. Just make sure she doesn't bring hellfire down on us.
Oh, be signing her own death warrant once her friends figure out what she is. If they haven't already.
While that is going on, and Ismay and Willow are actively not participating in this as much, Willow full on going, yeah, nope, fuck this shit, I'm out type of thing.
Shit, I'm out.
Yep, he's like started weeding at this point. A couple peacocks following him.
Weeding?
Yeah. He just takes care of the land. That's what he does. Passes the time.
So as determined as the two of them are, Izzy and Dion, as determined as they are, Esme, and because you've kind of been almost watching this off to the side a little bit, because you can look up these things on a phone. And after collecting a list and sending it to, I don't know, a Google Drive or wherever, a Dropbox, a Samsung Note, who knows. With all of that, as that occurs, Willow is the first one to notice this, as they have been he's been very wanting to preoccupy his time, tunnel vision away from anything of that. The blinders are on.
Oops.
They have been at it for quite a while, and they've been at it long enough to where just distracting and thinking of other things, you have yourself lost track of time, and the only indicator that you can get is that slight horizon glow.
Saw that coming.
And Izzy and Dion, you can both feel it. That morning sunrise that is encroaching very quickly. And an impressive testament to this member here, as she has stubbornly held out and has somehow managed to eat up and waste 6.5 hours of your time.
When feeling this, I'll glance over at Dion. I have room for you two if needed. May not be as opulent as yours, but
It'll do.
Yeah, Willow will just go to his house, essentially.
Bearcat pillow.
Get Neptune hobbles after.
I would love to snuggle a
Waddle.
bear cat.
I wouldn't. But
I do. They look soft. What isn't stinky in the right situation?
Sure. Yeah, he says his like, oh shit, heads back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Esmail show Dion what information she's found online for the St. Agatha's thus far, but we'll go to our provided quarters.
Okay.
Since I doubt
What-
we can get back to our haven before sunrise.
Izzy's request would be that we take care of this visitor before we go to sleep.
Oh yeah.
I would not want them. If they weren't a thin blood, I would be fine with sticking them in a cell and having my ghouls deal with them during the day.
This is a stupid question because Blake doesn't know. Are thin-blooded beholden to the same rules of getting staked and, being still for a few hours, politely put?
I don't remember, actually.
I have to double check, but
Yeah, I'm gonna...
I want to say no, honestly. I feel like they're actually one of the few that are not beholden to those rules.
Do thin
can
bloods
still get
count
staked.
as kindred?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I think there's like a specific extra piece to that.
Well, I was thinking about using Lingering Kiss, but I'm currently unable to use it on other kindred.
That is the wrong book. I'm blind.
Sometimes it's hard to read, you know?
As someone who does so much writing, that attacks me so badly.
I don't see any thin blood flaws or merits on it offhand.
Yeah, so what will happen if you you stake a thin blood? We'll send them into torpor.
They will go into torpor?
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh,
I confirm.
then you know what? The moment you say that, he's gonna pull out the silver stake he was gifted.
Perhaps.
That
So,
will
about
do
that
quite fine.
explanation on what a thin-blooded is. Stab.
The moment that those actions take place, you watch all the synapses fire and all the dots connect, and certain muscles of her body start to tense before that happens, and it's almost just a frozen frame of something.
That'll keep till tomorrow night.
I'll turn to Alejandro. Keep a close eye on her. If you have to, kill her. Turn to Dion. We'll get another if we need to. Now, we need to find Esme and get to our quarters quite quickly.
Fair enough. Oh, before I forget, just in terms of a plan that's turning around in my brain, do you know anyone who sells varieties of poisons?
Not my purview, I'm afraid.
God.
Well, I do lead a cult, and wine will have to do where Kool-Aid won't.
Oh my god!
Wow! Okay, just buy
Damn.
rat poison, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's too quick acting and too noticeable by smell.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Oh,
shit.
oh, you're going for that. Okay,
I
cool.
hate that you're right. Yeah.
He's thinking
you
ricin,
know?
which I
You
don't know.
know?
I don't know how long that one takes, but it's bad way to go.
Ricin, I don't think it takes that long, honestly.
No,
It might be
doesn't.
enough time to go through
Well, actually,
Communion.
Izzy has a dot in medicine and a dot in science with a specialization in biology. They might know enough to figure something out.
Yep.
Maybe. It depends on what you have on hand, and you probably
But
don't have
you know
enough
what?
stuff on hand.
You said
Oh, hell no, but we could get it.
You said the Sabbat does war crimes, and I was immediately, oh, you're right, and I am a cult leader. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Just, I almost forgot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'll have my ghouls make sure that our guest is secure, whether here or in their cell. They know how to do their job. I will leave them to it.
Mhm.
Esme and Dion are led to, for lack of a better term, a guest house that's been converted from one of the various buildings in the Peachy Peacock Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been, completely like boarded and taped over all the windows. It's not opulent, but it's 1-2 story building that's usable as a home.
Okay.
No, my clan Bane.
It's
not
We
pretty.
all would have been luckier following Willow.
Listen, if the Willow's down for it, I mean,
No, you already went back.
The doors to Willow's place are locked. The shutters
Yep.
are closed.
Unless you want to try get through the doggy door, you're sunk.
not quite into
The
that
bear cat door, come on. But Izzy will tell them that my room is above my workshop. If you need to find me for any reason. Have a good day. Quickly get the fuck out of there and get to my room.
Theon's turning thoughts around in his head and gonna just peacefully slip off into not sleep.
Joey, on the way, do I have time to grab a quick bite from a couple of my ghouls? Or just one of them? I think I just need.
Yes, but you
Good,
probably
so I'm
won't slake more than one.
That's fine. I'm at hunger 4. I just want to be at hunger 3 before I go to bed. I just don't want to hit 5 when I wake up. I will slake 1 hunger quickly from probably Esmeralda, as Alejandro's handling the guest.
Mm-hmm.
Thank her, and I'll tell her to make sure Michael is ready for me when I wake up, because he should be ready by now.
Okay.
And I will go crawl into my chambers.
All right. As all of you take your daytime respite, which is so weird to say, given every other game takes long rest as a night thing.
Not always.
Okay. Listen, you. Why is it always you that does this to me? Actually, I know why. But, the next night comes around as the sun sets and you all awaken, Dion and Esme, a little bit startled, like, for the first half second of, like, wait, where the fuck am I? Because this is not where you're supposed to be. With that being the case, though, and honestly, you're all dead, but I think realistically, Willow is the most rested, because they chose to spare their mind.
You say that. Izzy had a great day.
Night.
Or great night. Whatever.
But as all of you come to awaken, one, and I'm really sad that you remembered, because you all need to make rouse checks upon awakening. I'm so sad you remembered.
Success.
Damn it.
I'd be fine. It was the special success on the blood die.
Damn it.
A special success.
Oh, I'm up to 3 hunger. This is fine.
Oh no, you're hungry.
I gotta eat. I gotta
Gotta
eat.
get nom noms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, just like, for totally not at all sabotaging the Inquisition reasons, did you know Risen can be made into a mist as well? And it does say kind can't see the red mist. They wouldn't know the difference.
Anyways, this is getting worse.
Could you dye it red?
then they would know something's wrong.
Yeah, then they would see it, and that's
But the poetics.
I mean, yeah, but
No, I just put it in a fog machine.
I'm just saying.
Got a gender reveal party gone wrong.
I'm just saying.
Yes! Yes, Rachel!
Horrifying.
Yes!
Horrifying.
I love it.
I'm
Oh my
just.
god.
I'm just saying. There's a very high chance that Dion may, instead of just subtly taking out the Inquisition, he may or may not be planning to frame them for terrorism. Low key.
They're being fair, but they're also not exactly a known entity.
No.
The mortal.
But their government parties are gonna look into that.
Yeah, they're very disenfranchised. It would,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they work so well. God damn it.
This will be fun.
Well,
No.
You got again.
wake up. First thing I do is make sure our guest is where they should be.
Yes, they are, but something will catch your attention.
Mhm.
Being staked and did send them into a form of torpor. However, a very peculiar thing about them immediately taking action and tensing themselves up, as if they were going to do something. She probably had the disadvantage of not understanding the fullness of what was going to happen, but had enough understanding to try and take action against it.
Mhm.
Because tensing all of her muscles and immediately going into a state of paralysis or torpor, relaxing them, the stake did slide out about half an inch.
Ooh.
Mm,
Creative.
that's interesting.
So she couldn't do anything about that, but she at least had the time to come up with a plan very quickly.
I'm starting to think she's too valuable to just throw away. Whatever, that's Dion's purview now. Excellent. I need to eat. Yeah, I'll meet up with everyone. With a new person.
Mm-hmm.
You see as I pull up the character sheet. So I did end up actually typing out a couple of things on them after I sent the sheet to you.
Mm-hmm.
I introduce you. This is my new driver, Michael. You see a guy. He's about 5'6", 5'7". He's kind of wiry and lithe. He's not terribly intelligent, but he has a very quick mind and can, handle himself if needed in an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of mine. I need to go find myself a snack. Does anyone else need anything?
I also need a bit of breakfast. Yes.
Would you like delivery?
God.
What a
Blake's brain.
horrific
So close to
phrase.
saying.
Blake's
But
brain
DiGiorno.
just went DiGiorno. Yeah. It's got delivery.
Naturally, yeah.
Just the immediate.
Oh man, our fucking Pavlov is so goddamn pleased.
Please
with
make the
himself.
breakfast named DiGiorno.
If I can find someone named DiGiorno, yeah.
DiGiorno pizza is really, it's just, its underside is just kindred delivery service.
I like it.
DoorDash.
Are there any peculiar or any specifics I need to keep an eye out for? For anyone who wants me to collect someone for them.
Oh, I'm alright.
You good there, Rachel?
Yeah, no, Willow's fine. He's just like, y'all are fucking insane.
Not
Yes, we are. Sorry. So no dietary restrictions on either of you.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
really
Don't
good.
worry about me.
Rose is gonna need to re-up the bonding at this point. It's like, oh fuck, people are crazy.
So yeah, Michael and I are going to take the Peachy Peacock cargo van and go find a couple of people.
Okay. Any particular locale that you were trying to find this at?
Wherever the hell it's easy to kidnap a couple people.
Okay, so
Like,
In Florida?
yeah, right. So like anywhere really. It's gonna be very easy for me to just like get someone's attention and go, just compel like, step into my van, and then just immediately blindfold gag them and tie them up, and then find someone else and do that again.
Okay,
It's
so
very
the cartoon route. Got
So,
it.
or just frame an alligator.
Just make sure all the kidnappings happen close to just like a bit of water. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Leave like a shoe.
Hey, that's usually how Alejandro and Esmeralda does it. She has compel. She just compels people to get into the van. Alejandro knocks them out, ties them up. It's great.
What?
Yeah. So I'll try to find that. Hopefully they'll be young and attractive, but hopefully they'll taste fine.
okay. 1 second. Okay. Interesting.
I will point out Michael is armed with both a knife and a pistol, if needed.
All right. One of them very easy to compel.
Mhm.
The other one significantly more so to compel. Like more of a
What
challenge.
Hmm.
And it's not because they're smart. You've learned it's because they're just that dumb. Where you're actually just like the words are leaving your mouth, they're entering their ears, and the processes are not happening.
Okay. I mean, as long as they're in the van, I'm not that worried about it.
It
I might just be like
it takes,
disappointed in humanity, but
same. But it
God
takes
damn it, Rachel.
a fairly difficult bit of coaxing for that one. To the point where you're just, oh my god, to the point where I just saw that.
Yeah.
but but it eventually does happen, and there is an interesting bit with this van that you were not anticipating, and that is a arrival of a third passenger that you were not expecting. And it's only because you did not witness or hear them enter.
Excellent.
As they kind of, as Michael's kind of dealing with the crowd in the back, one of them kind of a little bit, the other one being still very unwieldy for no other reason than to be difficult for no reason at all, as they have taken up the passenger seat and are just kind of a little put themselves in a nonchalant type of relaxed
Okay.
state.
I'm going to immediately grab Michael's knife off of his belt and hold it to whoever the fuck this is neck. And
Alright.
who might you be?
I encountered a couple of your friends the other day. Good
Mm-hmm.
night. I realized one piece of information that I may have left out that they might find interesting.
Okay, now answer my question first. Who are you?
An invested third party of things to happen.
Okay, speak your piece.
You know this van significantly better than I do. You know every detail of it. You know where any weaponry is. You know where any firearm is. You know how to operate this vehicle flawlessly. You can take the knife away from my throat. I know nothing of it.
I don't move.
You are
I'm
probably
careful.
in borderline unreasonable, but understanding. Well, I'm sure my laptop has provided a whole bunch of information. To some degree. How much do you know of a Hope Riley?
Hand still on the knife, I'm going to grab my phone and I'm going to FaceTime Willow real quick and hope they pick up.
Willow's gonna pick up, but it's gonna be upside down for a second.
Excellent.
It's
Alright.
like the half the boomers, like half their
Yeah.
face is showing as he tries to figure it out.
Alright. Alright, so I'll hold it out in front of this presumably the Banu Hakim guest and go, "Hi, this gentleman says he met you. Do you know this person?"
Oh, yes. A shame for them.
Oh, well. Ever so slightly hurtful, but...
No, you'll see
understandable.
what I mean soon.
Oh, no, I'm getting a very vivid and painted picture here, but... How much do... I guess you, seeing as I was just going to converse with a single person, but sure, we can make this an all-inclusive event. How much do you know of a Hope Riley?
Hardly anything.
She did introduce herself. Did she introduce herself or did we hear the name from someone else?
She introduced herself.
Okay. She introduced herself as Dr. Hope Riley.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she's loading up a whole bunch of titles.
Continue.
You've had contact with her.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell because you have her scent. However, whatever contact you might have had, and I assume you're not... You don't strike me as Camarilla, and you are certainly too abrasive even for anarchs, so I can only assume that you fall under a different category.
Very observant.
Not you, you're somewhere in the middle.
Start sweating because sweaty would sweat at that. Don't say it in front of Izzy.
Go on.
If you encounter this Dr. Hope Riley again, I would advise you not get involved with any of her pseudo-politics.
Why?
Well, she has no allegiance to anyone.
I'm afraid I'm sad I have to be the one to inform you, but most of us have no allegiance to anyone
She's
when it
caitiff.
comes down to it. Oh, good to know. Most of us in my particular sect don't give a shit what blood you carry. So, a pander, who cares?
Well, I myself have a flight to catch in a couple of days. All I was merely putting out a friendly warning. I'm sure.
What are these warnings in it for you? Why, if we're clearly what you know us to be, why show any investment?
End of an era. I'd like to be able to witness it.
Alright, I get that.
Alright, don't trust the pander. Anything else you wish to convey?
Not at this moment, but as a common courtesy, I'll keep an eye on individuals.
Well, I'll look back at my phone. I'll be back before long. Hang up. Tuck it in my pocket. Make sure Michael's done with our guests in the back. Yeah. Well, thank you for the warning, sir. I didn't catch your name.
Have quite a few aliases, but let's just go with Beckett for now.
Okay, so being a nodist, would I know about Beckett, the vampire historian?
Yes, but you would also know this is probably not them. This is probably
That's
not
yeah.
related.
That's okay. Hi, Izzy. Interesting name. You ever get confused?
No, but your friend does.
Interesting. Well, thank you for the warning. I'm not going to bother threatening you because you know how to find me regardless. Apparently.
I'm really good at it, actually.
I can tell! I'm quite impressed, actually. So, I will take the knife off of his throat, hand it back to Michael. If there's nothing else, I have another guest to attend to.
Yes, I'm sure it will go swimmingly well. Both of them were so gracefully put in this van. They'll open the passenger door and, like, slide themselves out.
Alright, yeah. Alright, Michael, take us home.
What did you do to my knife?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
I would say there's a little more than nothing.
It's fine, I can buy you another if you need one.
I don't mind, but I'm just confused as to what happened. It was fine. He kind of shows it. The blade that was kind of up and he kind of dug in just a tiny bit.
Mhm.
The edges of the blade are almost a little corroded.
Ah, fascinating. I'll need to keep an eye on him. I'll get you another. And I will actually take that knife back from him. And we will return home.
Right. Upon returning home,
I need to make a call. That's a thing.
mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, so the other three that weren't, kidnapping citizens.
They're not citizens anymore. They're missing persons.
That still makes them citizens.
Revoke your citizenship with kidnapping. Okay.
People, they're
No, they will not be participating in the next census. They are not citizens.
Mortals are food, not friends.
Thank you. Hi,
Also,
baby girl.
how many people we gonna find with fucked up blood?
You gotta stop finding it. We're having
So
some
many.
bad luck.
It's
Right?
Where's the good luck?
Oh, it's quite.
Florida?
It's fascinating.
You found
But,
two.
Yeah, while I wait for food, I would like to make a call
Okay.
to Delilah.
Alright.
Briarwood?
Hey there, Delilah.
No.
No. Okay. What are you calling her for?
Does she answer is the important thing.
It is one of those annoying things where the last, like, internal ringing tone, and you're thinking it's gonna go to voicemail, and it starts to, and then it gets picked up.
Delilah.
Yes.
My favorite person in all things macabre.
What do you want?
I need to meet up with you when you have a chance.
Okay. That's a little different. Why?
I need a particular favor or possibly some advice or guidance in the right direction on an idea I have.
Where are you at? I can find a location that's beneficial.
The Peachy Peacock Zoo.
There is... It's almost as if the speaker has been covered over a little bit, but there is a vicious, unapologetic, howling laughter.
Yes, laugh it up. I didn't name it.
Are you part of the exhibit?
If I didn't like you so much, I'd take offense to that. I'm still going to take mild offense,
That's
but
okay, I don't care if this makes so much sense for you.
I hate you. I do.
Not that much or you wouldn't ask for my advice.
A joke about the leopard print. I wore it once around you.
Yeah, and around many, many others. I have photos.
Well, of course you have photos. I look great. Anyways, where can I meet you? Shut up about the name. I didn't name it.
Alright, fine. There's a bar not too far away. It's a little dingy, but it makes do. You'll have to suffer through some less than aesthetic looks, but I'm sure your keeper will allow you to show up. And the phone hangs up.
Esme, do I look really that bad in leopard print?
Esme, there's a potent pause. No, you look fantastic in everything.
I can't believe I have to shred parts of my wardrobe tonight. Anyways,
Esme internally relieved. It's like, I don't have to.
I've waited for years
poor
for this to
I've
happen.
waited.
Finally.
Finally. It's like, I've gently tried to broach the subject multiple times. He's like, no, leopard print is just what it is. It's like, okay. Okay.
I've been putting off updating to this disgusting 2020 fashion trend stuff. It's so drab.
It doesn't have to be. I've tried to help.
He just sort of narrows his eyes suspiciously.
I mean, we can always go looking for newer replacements that are more current.
Anyways, I'm going to go meet Delilah as soon as I have my snack.
Oh, Delilah.
You two should have met a couple of times. She's
No, it was like a tone of recognition.
Wow.
yes.
Izzy just bit my nipple. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, that hurt.
The character?
No. Yeah, no, my cat. Oh, okay.
Amazing.
I don't.
I came so far out of left field.
So did the teeth.
No.
God damn it, Rachel. Sorry. Ooh,
Yeah,
child.
but delivery service had.
Yes. When I return, Esmeralda will find you, Dion, and lead you to. What it was definitely just like some animals like indoor pen at some point.
Okay,
There's
but important question is Michael there with the food?
Yes, absolutely. It's all three of us. It's all four of us, other than you, in the room waiting for you to get there.
Dion pulls out his wallet, pulls out a 5. Here's your tip.
I don't know.
Take it.
Thank you. This feels borderline. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. You were a great help today. Talk to Alejandro. He'll have a replacement knife for you somewhere.
He has a lot of knives. It's concerning, actually.
Yes, he does. It's helpful.
I think he steals them.
Probably. Hi, welcome back. So, which one do you want? No, it's my dice.
That is the most limp noodle cat I have ever witnessed.
No.
She's so cute. Oh.
Amazing.
I love you so much.
Okay, I will tolerate that.
So, yeah. So anyway, we feed. I kill mine.
Mm-hmm.
Does it affect our humanity if we're in this spot? I forget.
It does, and this is because this has happened enough times now. Those who have done that, I'm gonna have your humanity drop by 1.
I'm just dealing with 2 hunger and not going down to 0.
Mm-hmm.
So they gonna be real woozy. Real fucking woozy.
Interesting.
Yeah, Izzy's humanity's gonna drop down another.
Oh yeah,
25
I
for
already
sure.
did that. Don't worry about that. I already got that. As soon as you said that, I'm like, yeah, makes sense. That's fine. Izzy doesn't care. Yeah, all right. Like, oh, well, they might prove useful later. Esmeralda, this one needs to be taken care of, and this one needs to be disposed of. This one may still prove useful. Just hold them for a while. We'll find out what they can do.
I doubt it. And then,
I doubt
the
it
one that
as well.
survived the dumb one.
yeah.
So whichever one, yeah, it doesn't really matter.
You know, just an aside to Esme.
Mhm.
Izzy is quite the scavenger, like a hyena.
Izzy would take that as a compliment.
Looks around at the abandoned
the
zoo location.
abandoned defunct zoo. Yeah.
You know, I think that's a fairly accurate assessment.
Do you want to come with me to meet Delilah, or did you want to do some more work otherwise?
I can absolutely go with you to see Delilah.
Leave me a name of a bar. I've never been. Gave some warning about the aesthetics, so it could be interesting.
Does that mean I need to dress down?
I have no idea. Knowing her, it's either a goth bar or something horrendous. Maybe it's a honky-tonk.
Oh. Listen, only one of those is worth going to.
So many awful, awful hats. Anyways.
I'll subdue my wardrobe for just in case.
Okay. Wow. I almost didn't see it, but I did. True to Delilah's word, this place not super nice. It's a step up from like just a run-of-the-mill sports bar, but it is definitely a step under from a club.
Oh, God.
Oh, did it have to be here?
There is so much heterosexuality in here.
Well, we don't have to be here long.
No, we don't.
Come on. I'll like gently pet like his hair.
Okay.
And like touch his shoulder and just guide him into the sports bar.
Yeah, find our lovely Delilah.
She is kind of off on one of the tables. Has quite a few amassed a few empty glasses and shot glasses.
Oh God, has she blushed? Has she done blush of life just to get drunk for a bit?
You don't know.
Or she's just consuming
That's
copious
not
amounts
how,
of alcohol.
That's not how vampires work, though.
I know, but I don't know what the fuck Delilah's doing. But she is an eccentric member of Clan Hakata, so...
Oh, fantastic.
I would hope so, yeah. Hi, you want back up?
The only description I gave her is she's like a tall, willowy woman with dark hair and very bright eyes. Like, looks like very, like, a Victorian woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Careful.
And
He is the aesthetic to a T.
for Esme, who's kind of tempered their attire a little bit for this scene, Delilah has made no efforts to do so. She definitely probably belongs in much, like, the attire she's chosen probably belongs in one of those high-rise clubs for the attire style. The folded like semi-square framed sunglasses are set off to the side, and she takes notice of the two of you entering. Alright, so I'm guessing Esme let you out of your enclosure?
Dion can do as he pleases.
You're so mean to me sometimes. Why are we friends?
Well, don't be such an easy target then.
I have a fragile ego.
No, you don't.
You're right, I'm perfect. But, anyways, how are you?
Well, a bit confused, because you don't usually call out of nowhere without giving at least a reasonable heads up, so...
Yes, well, we're not close to anyone who can overhear us, right? Kind of
You're
tucked
in
into a
a kind of
Yeah.
outer bar area. It
Yeah,
doesn't
but like, are we
matter.
fair? So, we've gotten ourselves pulled into some nonsense with the territorial disputes. In a way, more someone claiming to be on our side of things, at the very least, getting us involved and granting us a territory to work with. I did make air quotes. I'm not using a camera, so you didn't see the air quotes, but I hope they were
Oh,
heard.
We
I heard
heard
it in
them.
your voice.
Yeah.
And the only reason I can hear it in your voice is one,
Ow.
because I've known you for long enough, Blake, that I know what your sarcasm sounds like, and it is palpable, and it is violent, and it is smothering. Um,
And the problem, of course, lies in that this bit of land is very close to a no man's land facing the Camarilla, so fun times there. And the problem is that when we were investigating the area last night, we found. Oh, are we sure that they're Banu Hakim, or do we just suspect? I'm asking that of Esme.
We suspect. We haven't gotten quite a confirmation. But they don't seem to be Camarilla or anything.
well, that makes them
They're different.
dangerous, then.
Yes, we ran across them, and the worst part, it does get worse, is that they are apparently picking fights with the Inquisition.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that worked out so well for LA.
Tell me about it. And that means that, idiotically, they're going to bring down the Inquisition on everyone else in the area, whether we want them to come or not. So,
Is that potentially by design?
most likely, I would imagine. If they are a free agent or they are actually with the Banu Hakim, they're probably trying to get the Camarilla and the others in the area trimmed a bit while pulling out, I would imagine.
The Banu Hakim have a interesting philosophy on their being.
Yes, but at the end of the day, I would rather us not get involved, and if the Camarilla and the Inquisition tear each other apart, I usually wouldn't have a problem with that. But I'd rather be dealing with the Camarilla than the Inquisition, because the Inquisition will not hesitate to target all of us.
That is true. However, that is not why you called me all of a sudden.
No. Technically, it relates. We're going to... At least I have an idea to at least temporarily set the Inquisition back a bit, or set them on a path of targeting someone else until we can pull back, figure out better methods. But it's going to take a bit of infiltration work with St. Martha's and other notable churches in their organization. And while I haven't provided context, it may give you a hint. I need something of a poisonous variety
Okay.
that would be quick enough to that would be slow enough for all the clergy members to get through their portion of communion, but quick enough that it wouldn't get to the actual congregation.
Oh, I see where this is going now.
Yes, well, there are usually children in congregations, and you know how I feel about harming them.
Yeah, you and I do not have the same philosophy.
Yes, well, what can I say? I like kids.
Don't say that in an open crowd dress like that.
He looks down at his outfit, offended. Is it just bully my fashion choices day?
I've always done that, and if you're surprised by this, then you haven't been paying attention.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, we can't all look like we walked out of a dungeon somewhere.
Okay, I look fantastic, and you... I don't know.
Anyways, I need to deal with the priests, deacons, and other ranking members of the Inquisition likely to be.
What do you need?
You know how to deal in death. I just need a decent amount of poison on that time scale.
Fine. I can find something for that.
Something I can slip into the wine relatively easily.
That wouldn't be that hard. I can think of a few elements that might fulfill those needs. However, it's not easy to get a hold of, so it isn't free.
Of course not. This is a moment of reciprocity. So, what can I do in return?
Well... I have an idea.
Alright.
There's a... In my haven, there's a particular style and aesthetic I like to have. And notably, I feel like it's missing a painting of some variety.
Hmm.
There's an art museum not too far away, a little bit in the, just a little past into the Camarilla territory.
Ah.
You can find something a little aesthetically pleasing. Pleasing to my eyes.
Hmm. A museum heist. Okay. Hmm. I'll look up their hours, see if I have a chance to scout it out. Before... Hmm. I'll figure it out, yes.
If you will, I'm sure it'll be an interesting story. And I will get on ordering elements that might make this work. She stands up and kind of looks towards the two of you that are sitting down. Does a once over at Dion again. Shakes her head a little bit and reaches down underneath and lifts up what looks to be like a small, decent, like, clothing trunk and sets it on the table. Just, like, pats Dion's shoulder and walks out.
Why did you bring that into a bar?
She's gone.
Oh, I love her so much.
There is eventually a like server that comes up and is like, so one of you footing the bill then?
Yes. Just starts pulling out a
By the
wallet.
gods, that woman every time.
Esme pays.
So for just for reference, I think Dion's probably met with Delilah a little bit more. As you've maybe heard of certain stories. This is probably your first time dealing with this, but Dion has probably been trapped like this, like check trapped, like more than once.
Oh, she's lucky I don't. Never mind. She'll foot the bill, and then she's the one who kind of like tugs the what was it, chest something over
Trunk.
trunk. There you go. That's the word. Over and starts like opening it and kind of looking through slightly.
These are things that would probably a little bit more modernized in apparel, but they would probably complement Dion and Esme fairly well for a little more high class appearance if they so choose. On top of that, some of the other attire is pointedly modernized. There is like some hilariously there is like a leopard printed attire, but it's done in such a way where it's an accent. It's not a forefront appearance.
I'll have to take a better look at it once we get back, but these might be suitable. It kind of closes it and is like a little peeved that Delilah's like stepping in on her territory. Like, I'm the fashion director of this little shit.
And just for you, Esme, you can actually feel it because you're the one who she knows you're the one that's generally go look at, and just like underneath it, you can feel a piece of paper. And it's just unfolding it, and you can tell immediately it's directed at you, and it simply says 1-0.
Oh.
I'm just gonna kind of like slowly fold it up, nice and tight, put it in the thing, close it, looks to Dion and goes, I'm going to kill her.
Okay. Well, extreme reaction to her asking us to rob a museum, but fair enough.
That's a separate reason, but also part of it. Do you think the poison is really worth putting us in that kind of jeopardy in the Camarilla territory?
Yes, but at the same time, part of it is just I've always wanted to pull a museum heist.
The look in her eyes is essentially just, God damn it.
So fun.
As May just has this slight, I guess, accepted defeatist glare in their eyes, along with maybe an underglow of this is war.
Little bit. She's stepping in on my territory. I'm the fashion person here. I'm the one trying to get him to wear new shit.
No one has even seen Dion in like full like cult leader I'm a god mode. We're just seeing him at his most
That's all
feral
me,
and
baby.
unhinged.
Well, that is happening over there, Willow, as you have awoken and had a little bit of a FaceTimey conversation out of nowhere, and I don't think Izzy really realized, but you semi got outed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you're thinking on that a tiny bit. But how are you spending your initial hours awake?
Well, he's not hungry, so he's gonna call Rose.
Okay.
Um, let's see if she picks up.
First ring, she does pick up. Contrast
Oh.
to what usually happens.
Yeah. Good evening. Sorry to bother you. Do you have a minute?
Yes, I do.
Cool. He's gonna give her the rundown about the, God, what's the clan name?
Banu Hakim.
Can you say it one more time?
Banu Hakim.
Baru Hakim. Yeah, he's gonna give her the rundown about that, and then kind of what his suspicions are about the aligned things he found in the email versus what Hope Riley said. And ask her basically, do you know anything more about this?
Okay. So, clearly you've been doing your own little digging, which I guess it would be foolish of me to assume that you weren't. But the answer, in short, is yes, I know quite a bit more. There's a lot of inner machinations happening that you originally were not supposed to be privy to. However, seeing as this phone call has transpired relatively quickly, I am assuming this is likely going to come up again if I don't at least temper it to some degree.
Well, I'm not really looking to stir the pot personally. I just want to exist. And I don't like any surprises. So, what do I need to know to ensure that my territory stays mine?
Well, normally it would be a test of willpower and self-preservation and determination that would determine that. However, I will admit the territory that was given is less than ideal in placement.
Mm-hmm.
If you wish for a deeper understanding of how things are to transpire, there is a particular gathering out of state in a couple of days. If you wish and want a deeper insight as to what has been transpiring behind the curtain, I have my own jet with a few open seats.
Uh, I'm interested. What is this, who is this gathering run by? And what is it for?
This gathering is run by, I believe you encountered them, one Dr. Hope Riley.
Hmm.
Our goal, in simple terms, is a immediate disruption of princely rule. Most notably, 4 princes, one from DC, one from Philly, one within the Twin Cities, and another in Chicago.
Interesting. Can I get back to you on that?
Yes, you will have roughly a day or two. There's a private airfield, and you'll just get a text of the address there. Show up or don't. That's your choice.
Thank you. I'll let you go then, and he's gonna hang up.
Okay.
Immediately goes to find Izzy.
Okay.
Good evening.
Hi, what you doing?
Actually, I'm honestly just looking at a few papers of.
Hey, got off the phone with Rose. Asked her about this whole situation, what she thinks of what's going on, the similarities I noticed between the emails and what Hope Riley was showing. And she said, did Rose say we or her? We're trying to disrupt the princess, or she's trying to disrupt the
She
princess?
used we specifically.
We. He'll emphasize that.
No.
She said we're trying to disrupt 4 princes: DC, Philly, Twin Cities, and Chicago. I find that interesting though, because you'd think the Bar Hakim wouldn't want to interrupt something like that if their goals are similarly aligned. So I'm a little. There's pieces missing here.
Miami wasn't listed there. I would like to point out one thing. Izzy was told that the target of that explosion was a local baron, while you all were told, or you found in the email, that it was the Camarilla Prince? Or was it just a...
No, they had
or
direct
did I-
ties. They had direct ties.
Okay, I
Yeah.
misunderstood that. Apologies.
Yeah, nothing directly about anything like that. But she said, Rose said that if we want to see more of what's behind the curtain, that
God,
we
absolutely.
can take her private jet to an event Hope Riley is hosting outside of state.
Now that's concerning.
I agree.
Well, as our Banu Hakim friend mentioned, we shouldn't trust Riley. Big surprise. I did tell you she's a pander. Not that that really matters much over on our side. But killing a few Camarilla princes is always good fun.
Yes, I suppose.
This is gonna be a question for Joey here. Has Rose ever given Izzy any reason or inclination, other than the typical vampire, to not trust them?
Not really. She's probably a little bit more rude and abrasive towards most kindred that aren't part of her own, but that kind of checks out. Maybe a little bit more rude or more abrasive than usual to others, but that could just be a personality trait.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the private jet flying out of state is quite concerning. If things should go wrong, we are stuck in a city we know nothing about.
Right. That's the. Yeah.
However, with my resources, both monetary and personnel-wise, I don't think it would be that big of an issue to get back. She didn't mention where.
No. I mean,
Concerning.
I didn't ask. I didn't want to get too into it without
Understood.
discussing it first. You want to take all the ghouls with you?
Oh no.
Okay.
Not at all. But if we are stranded in some godforsaken town, it will be good to know where we are, so they could come retrieve us.
Right.
Isn't that right, Izzy?
It might be worth taking one if there's room.
If there's room, yes, I would prefer to take Michael. Okay.
Okay.
But we'll see. We should find Dion and Esme.
Yeah.
Oh, Esmeralda. That guest I brought back today, the one that's still alive, keep her. We could use the biomass.
Well, there's a use.
Hi, Izzy. How long until we leave?
A few days. But she doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I'd better get to work then. If you would get a hold of Esme and Dion, I have some preparations to make.
Sure. He'll call Esme.
Hello.
Good evening. Here's the situation. To give the rundown again.
I'll probably end up putting you like on speakerphone in the car.
Yeah. Essentially, Rose says she knows more about the situation, and that if we also want to know more about what is going on in the bigger picture as well as within our territory, we should attend a event that is, I believe, involves or is hosted by Hope Riley out of state, and that she has a private jet that she's willing to take us on to get there.
Ooh, a private jet.
This was news to me as well.
Interesting. Well, what do you think, Dion?
A gathering of princes with an unknown attending sounds exactly like the kind of bait to get everyone in those cities of power killed. Why the hell should we go?
Don't think the princes are attending.
Yeah.
I think it's a meeting on how to coordinate and deal with them.
Oh, I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Like now,
Unless I misunderstood.
No,
the princes aren't attending.
No, they are not attending.
That'd be too easy for you.
I misunderstood. Let me reconfigure my response because Blake is tired, so my brain was not firing
all
on all
good.
cylinders.
Totally fine.
And who else is attending, or do we just know that Hope is?
Hope and Rose.
Rose wasn't very forthcoming on any other members, if there were any, so...
Yeah.
And Rose is... whom?
My sire.
Oh,
They're
my
still
follow-up
alive?
question. Most, I don't think.
I think it's weirder that she's still in contact with him, but yeah. Yeah, no, she's still alive. It's unclear if he's happy about this or not.
My follow-up question is, why are we being invited to something like this?
I certainly don't want to say it's because I asked, because I'm just not unique to her in any way, I'm sure, but
When you
she
say...
probably sees a use in us attending, or
When you
me,
say
anyways.
out of state, where?
I don't know. I should have asked. I can find out right now. And he starts texting her.
Because that could change a lot of how we go about this, considering the division of territories across these here continental United States.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong. I don't think she's inclined to pull me somewhere where it could, she knows is gonna go terribly wrong for her.
Well, if she answers with anything along the west coast, you know it's fishy.
Okay.
Also New York. Very fishy.
I'm gonna call it right now. It's
Sure.
gonna be Salt Lake City.
If it's Utah, we're doomed.
It is actually an area that you were not anticipating at all.
Canada.
No. No.
Tucson, Arizona.
Nope. It's
Branson. Sorry.
actually a locale in Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Where we can't escape.
That could be
No.
real sus.
Oh my god, you're right.
A little
Alarm,
island surrounded
alarm,
by a lot
alarm,
of water and a very long
alarm,
flight.
alarm,
Oh,
alarm.
Hawaii sounds amazing.
It's,
Interesting, though. Interesting choice.
Do,
It is.
do any of us know who's in control of Hawaii right now?
I have doubts in politics.
Do you
No.
know who's in control of Hawaii?
Joey.
One moment.
It's like, I'll check.
I am terrified.
I'm just like thinking of the logistics of Hawaii. It's an island, so escape attempts are limited as fuck. It's a long flight, so you have to be really careful as Kindred.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's we can get there on the private jet, but how do we leave if it is a trap?
I'm getting that figured out in my head right now.
There's so
We
many
don't
things.
have to breathe.
This is true, but Hawaii is such a
Just
logistical
swim.
nightmare. Hawaii is a logistical nightmare for Kindred.
Mm-hmm. That's why I said where we can't escape.
It's also, it's like close enough to the equator that sunlight and nighttime are kind of like equal usually. Is a real bad time.
the prince of at least the Honolulu area is Sanderberg, who is a Bruja.
So it's Camarilla controlled.
Potentially, yes.
Esme, have you ever have you at all picked up any of the Greek that Dion occasionally speaks?
I have a Duolingo.
Fair.
Night Owl.
I've got a pretty good streak going.
How many days?
69.
Nice.
Amazing.
I don't know. I don't even have Duolingo. I don't know how it works.
It
Ah.
chases you.
I would know well. I'm on a nearly 800-day streak. For Greek, actually.
Oh, Greek!
Ah,
Fantastic.
I feel like I've learned nothing, but that's because Greek is hard.
fair.
Anyways, I think as
Why do you ask?
pick up a little bit, yeah.
because he knows we might get overheard on the phone, and he's just like, this sounds. He's gonna say this in Greek, but he's just like, this sounds like we're being led into a death trap.
It does. It really does.
Thinking on that revelation there, and realizing perhaps the gravity of this situation that you may throw yourselves in, I think we will end the session right there.